Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons. Now, for short, they're just my initials. Not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, professional intuitive president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, as well as Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There is a Kindle version available of Words of Grace. If you would like to check it out, you can preview it for free in a link in the description box, and you can see the table of contents. You'll see that it's pretty much broken down into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. You may find it helpful, but the Kindle version is clean and pristine, as lovely as it is. It cannot hold a candle to the original PDF, which is available on patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our online store, as well as some of my subscribers get that but actually some of them get both books as part of their benefit package. But all of my subscribers get the 3 same basic benefits. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning. Did it this morning, really wonderful this morning, where we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living and that I'm moving in the next month, upstate New York. Very excited for that. The second benefit that they get is all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They are all relationship, soul contract based. And the third benefit that they all get is an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to chill for that part of it. And we've got 2 7-day free trials, Seeker and Human, the first 2 of our 8 levels of subscription. You can check us out for 7 days for free. But be warned, everyone who has done a 7-day free trial has stayed a subscriber, because we're doing a lot of amazing things over there, and they're getting a lot of exclusive content, some behind the scenes stuff as they're watching me get ready to sell this place, sorting through all the magical equipment and the books of shadow in my room of shadows upstairs, and it's just a hoot. We're having such a good time over there. So if you like, click the link, check it out, look at the menu. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, 7-day free trial if you like. Otherwise, come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But that most might call me Mal. Hi, darlings. Hey, my aqualungs, my aquariums. Let's get down to business. We'll do some explanation for the new Aquarians and crosswatchers, and then we'll get down into the divination. What is a true love timeline? Well, imagine somebody making the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions as they can in their relationships, right? That's how a lot of our lessons and challenges and healing is brought to us in our relationships in all different ways, shapes, and form. So that's what we're going to look at here. This is like a companion reading, a simpler reading to the Path of True Love reads with extendeds, with their juggernauts. They're really, the extendeds are usually over an hour. So this is a simpler version, a simple timeline, past, present, future, a general read. And we're only using 7 cards. We're going to get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the inside chakra. Well, all your chakras are on the inside, but the heart, throat, third eye, crown, the internal feminine energy, goddess energy, whatever you want to call it, past, present, future, Daughters of the Moon. Then we'll get the mythic tarot for the masculine dynamic, lower 3 chakras, you looking at yourself from the outside, you looking from the inside out at relationships in the world, and mirroring often happens in these readings. So we'll get 3 of those, past, present, and future. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, only one bookie book this time around, to help you put it together. And this is why crosswatchers could get a lot of mileage out of this very simple reading, so that they can get some insight, some understanding, some sympathy, and some empathy for the Aquarian they are cross-watching for, as well as with that healing mantra, help themselves heal, and the Aquarian they are watching for heal as well, because as one of us heals, all of us heal. And think about it, like all that quantum stuff, right? Like shifting to a more truth and loving timeline. Here we go. The truth of the third eye and the love of the heart chakra chosen over and over and over again in the throat chakra. So let's get down to it. I think that's enough explanation. Let's do the divination. And that shift for me happens in the still point. So let's get into the still point, shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to help anyone, anyone make wise, loving, empowered choices, because regardless of the form of relationship, we are the common denominator. Heal yourself, heal a relationship a little bit. All of them shift to a more truthful and loving timeline. Got it? Cool. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Here we go. Goddesses override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius and powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of fixed air, 3 cards, face down, past, present, future, simple timeline, a true love timeline for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading. Where have they been? Where are they now? Where are they headed if they just do their best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowered decisions in the true love timeline? We're going to get these 3 on the table as well, and then we'll flip over all the chakras, past, then present, then future. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God's override. It got real quiet in the neighborhood. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius and powers of the East, please, beloved gods of fixed air, 3 cards, face down, simple timeline, true love timeline for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, please. Where have they been? Inside out, outside in, looking at themselves, mirroring and all of that. That's where they've been. Where are they now? Point of power is always in the present moments. This is usually the most important. And where are they headed if they just do their best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions, regardless of form of relationship, in this true love timeline? Read. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to use a word that's written on the card, but do keep in mind this is the 6 of Blades, which is the 6 of Swords, usually a positive card, making a journey from choppy water to smooth. If you're familiar with the Rider-Waite-based tarot systems, there are a lot of them now. But the word on here is manipulation. And I know, manipulation, I don't want to be manipulated. It's in the past anyway. But this is inside. So think about mental manipulation as a neutral thing. Prayer, mental manipulation, meditation, therapy, counseling, right? Whatever. Very third eye. I will say that. We just put that there for the reading, but then I can't see what's going on camera. So there is a mental balance. I would say 6s in numerology are usually about harmony and balance. And on the outside there, this could be you. It's a court card, Queen of Cups, the Scorpio card, Helen of Troy in Greek myth. This could be someone from your past, or could be you. Very, very deep emotion, but not necessarily talking about it, right? I have more Scorpios in my life, and Cancerian. I got a lot of water signs in my life. Does the person have to have any planets in Scorpio? I don't think so. I think that's a little too for a general read. That's why when I do private reads, I can tune in and ask, like, could it be this person, that person, etc. But it's not necessarily a bad thing with the 6 of Blades on the inner for whoever is watching this, but there might be a bit more silence on the outside, a bit more reserve, fixed water. Think swamp water, right? It's very fertile. There's a lot going on in there, but it ain't moving around so much. Not necessarily stagnant, right? So that's interesting. Let's see where you are now. Well, 2 major arcana cards. When it's a major arcana card in a read like this, usually it's all the chakras in that zone. And on the inside, you've got the card of celebration, which is the judgment card. Something is revealed, so a final judgment can be made. Now, it looks like these women are circle dancing in the mountains, and it certainly looks like that until you look again, and you see that they are dancing on the belly of the Great Mother, right? There are breasts in the foreground, pubic mound in the back, and they're dancing on her navel around it, right? So something lines up inside of you, and it is a revelation, right? That's Rider-Waite Tarot. Usually that image is of Book of Revelations, Gabriel's horn and all of that. People surfing in their coffins, right? Ooh, rebirth, revitalization, reconciliation. And with the Hierophant, Chiron, the wounded healer. Now, at the time of this recording, the asteroid Chiron is retrograde in Aries, so a lot of people are dealing with their inner child stuff. They may not know that. So definitely, what I love about the Hierophant card is that it is in stages. Nobody becomes a Hierophant at birth. Well, except the Dalai Lama, but that's a whole other gig, right? Right? So that Hierophant, lower three chakras, definitely your lower three chakras and your heart, third eye crown are very in alignment right now for you to make, I would think, wise, loving, empowered choices and decisions. But as a result of something being revealed, and then, nobody becomes like a doctor overnight, right? So the Hierophant is about that. It is about formalization. This could be about formalizing the relationship, marriage, or going steady, but this could be a family thing as well. The wounded healer. So sure, there are wounds in place. Who ain't got wounds, right? But once you've healed a wound, you become usually more compassionate to other people here, but that isn't an instant. That's not just add water, right? That's definitely a bit more of an involved process in that, right? So let's see where you're headed. Oh, okay. You got a court card on the inside. So let me just say, when it's one of the zodiacal court cards inside, it may very well be about something in your natal chart, but really it's more about the dynamic. This is the Sagittarius card. Caridwen, Ceridwen, ask a pagan, they'll give you 18 different ways of saying it. Mutable fire, the Sagittarius card, the cauldron of transformation. So mutable fire, constantly changing, constantly shifting, not the laser beam of Leo or the cardinal creative fire of Aries. So there may very well be a transformation. Ninth house, Sagittarius, spirituality, expansion, ruled by Jupiter, can be very joyful. And it looks like she's having a good time, a stir in that cauldron there. Because on the outside, you got the death card, Hades. Don't fear Hades. He's not the Reaper. Well, don't fear the Reaper either. I hope I have that stuck in my head all day. I love that song. Lord Hades is the ender of pain, the ender of suffering, unless you were doing shit you weren't supposed to do, he's the bringer of peace in a way, and it's not literal physical death. It rarely is in my readings, but it is a transformation, and fire is the element of transformation. You can't unburn a cookie, right? There's no going back for that. So, for the amount of major arcana, it feels like if you really use the present moment where you are in this relationship, we're not seeing anything screaming romance here, but this could be a family issue, could be a work issue in the relationships of the people there. Then really, if you can go about this in a healthy way, right? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wisest, most loving, empowering decisions as a result of your own, let's say, creative intuition and inspiration that reveals something that was there all along, but you didn't see it. Now you see it, maybe as a result of your spiritual practice or your healing of yourself, or this could even represent another person who may act as a teacher, a healer, and all of that. Then certainly this feels much more on the up and up, much more on the positive and the uplifting. But I will say, two major arcana cards on the outside. Major arcana for me aren't always just people. They can be. They can be symbolic places in your life, right? Like where I live now, I've been here for 5 years. I'm moving, right? So you think of that symbolically. Oh, I was at this place in my life, this stage in my life, and now I'm in this stage of my life. So the transformation here with that fire on the inside, it actually feels more self-initiated, but coming from a wise and very aligned place in the present moment. So let's get you one of these MatCon healing mantras, our last card down. And remember, hey, wake up, cross-watchers. Here's your opportunity. Just work it a little bit or a lot of bit, because you'll heal, and because you're in the relationship, you will help the Aquarian heal. And obviously, Aquarians, I think Aquarians have a better shot with mantras and affirmations and stuff like that. Fixed air, right? Focused thought. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. Total silence. Woo, as I call upon the Ascended Masters of True Love on behalf of the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross-Watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful message in the form of a MatCon healing mantra to help the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, navigate their way in the true love timeline, making the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest, loving, empowered decisions they can in this timeless true love timeline. Dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Okay, I can only say that I've had this deck since it came out in 2018, so I'm very familiar. I've done all the mantras, it feels like hundreds of times. There are 52 of them, so you could do one a week for a year, which is really cool. I didn't do it that way, I just drew different cards every day. But dissolving judgments, people will say, I don't be so judgmental. And then you judge yourself for being judgmental. That's not the tea. That's not how it works. Judgments are like thin veneers of lead, toxic, surrounding a golden nugget of intuition, right? A little thing in there. And if we don't at least acknowledge that we're being judgmental, or I can't stand them, please turn on the news, right? Doesn't matter where you are, what side of the aisle, is somebody going to trigger you, right? You're going to judge. But that's the ego. The ego does not know how to not judge, which is really bad grammar. I'm not judging myself on that. But it is the soul that can dissolve that judgment. I don't have to like what anybody else is doing in order to love what I'm doing. So let's read this for you. From the, I opened right to it. Yeah, good sign. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. When judgments are dissolved, you don't have to enjoy the actions of others in order to glean benefit from them. Now, I gotta say, that's really turning the tables metaphysically, spiritually. It's like, I don't like what you're doing, but I'm gonna get some benefit out of this. When you know that every moment has been created to help each soul shine the brightest, it becomes easier to not take things personally. Don Miguel Ruiz, please pick up the courtesy telephone. Instead, you are able to appreciate the positions life has put you in as evidence of your evolving mastery in form. In other words, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you in a much larger, intricate plan than we can imagine or conceive. That's just how the divine works. It's like, that's us too up there, right? We're all one, but we come down into the game. It's like we don't know what the programming is, although we might have been involved in the programming and the writing of the scripts. We agreed, we signed the contract. So here we are. This is really wonderful. This mantra is ideal for learning to speak your truth. I've never met an Aquarian who had a problem with that personally. Cultivating empathy, which means, wow, they are in a lot of pain, right? Why do people lie? Why do people cheat? Why do people steal? And on and on and on and on and on. It's because they have unresolved pain. This is what the True Love Timeline is really all about, right? So that as you heal, you're helping everybody heal. And so that empathy of saying, well, obviously they're not coming from a good place, particularly if it's a family member, right? But if it's somebody you don't like at work, it's going to do more benefit for you, obviously. Oh, and trusting the universe. All right, the universe always has a plan. Matt Kahn's third book, really good book, 10 golden rules of letting go. So let's put this together in what we like to call a blessimation over on Patreon. Combination of blessing and summation, and then we'll talk about some cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Please take a nice deep breath. Last time, I promise. Still point. Pantheonic override. as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in the true love timeline to make the wisest, most loving, most empowered decisions that they can, because they are coming from a place most likely of mental balance. There might have been some counseling, some conversation, some journaling, some meditation, some prayer. For an air sign, that does make sense. And certainly maybe they were mum's the word about it, feeling very deeply, but not willing to put that out into the world. Also ruled by Pluto, right? A Scorpio card here. So it does seem that the benefits of the transformation that they did in the past in the mental aspect, which makes sense for an air sign, is giving them benefits, and that would make sense because there is something revealed to them now. Whether this past card was yesterday or 10 years ago or anywhere in between, certainly something is being revealed to them so that they can heal their wounds, maybe be in service to someone that they would otherwise be critical or judgmental about. But maybe they're not communicating that. Maybe that's all an inside job, and blessed be. It's a good way to start that. And it certainly brings them to mutable desire, mutable fire, options, choices. Oh, I want that. Expansion, Jupiter energy, Ceridwen, goddess of transformation, goddess of the fiery cauldron, with Hades, the death card, a true transformation of themselves, of this relationship, and the alchemy necessary to release the 3 atoms between lead and gold on the periodic table of elements. Lead being fear, gold being love, moving them deeper and deeper into the true love timeline as they dissolve judgments, because they don't have to like the actions of others in order to love their journey. Rather than judge themselves from the judgment, get that there is deep intuition and truth beneath that thin veneer of lead. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to make the wisest, most loving, empowered choices and decisions, so true love may conquer all. True love may heal all wounds, and true love may break all curses, societal, ancestral, and otherwise, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, in the true love timeline. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Tingle, 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 tingle. Love this new music. If you liked the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribing and all that YouTubey stuff. It helps other people find the reading. And over on Patreon, there's just such cool stuff going on. Just click the link just for funsies, right? I've never met an Aquarian that wasn't curious about, oh, what's that about? I'm putting out a lot of good stuff over there, a lot of exclusive content. We're even doing like workshops for different levels of subscribers. We're doing the witch archetype at the time of this recording, and there's a lot of it. Monday nights, usually we're doing that. But there's also a store you can shop in. You do not need to be a subscriber to shop in the digital store there. You can, even follow us and get the public content. I do put out a decent amount of public content available there. And I love it. Seeker, human, hero, angel, witch, immortal, mystic, God, goddess is one tier. It's the top tier. They get everything. But all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount on private sessions with me. And let's talk about that next. So, if you would like to book me for a private session, I am moving right now, so face-to-face is only happening if you're local, and we'll figure that out. But the video in the description box that you can watch is called Booking a Private Session, Booking Private Sessions, plural, with Mal. Explains all of it. It's about 11 minutes. I did it for the 25th anniversary of the company when I changed my prices finally after 25 years. And I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Ever, ever, ever. The gods would snatch away my intuitive skills overnight. So I don't do that. No. Where there's a witch, if there's a witch, where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. I'm always working deals with people so that it works out equitable. Live and let live. Fairly take, fairly give. Thank you, Doreen Valiente. Blessed be wherever you are. So, yeah, you want to book me, but honestly, think about what would happen to the timelines you could traverse, right? Making just the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions, particularly with the amount of transformation in this reading. Just keep an eye on your judgments, but don't beat yourself up for them. We all have them. That's the ego voice. The soul goes, it's okay, I love you, right? You don't have to like what anyone is doing in order to love your journey, and love is divine power. So why hold that back for yourself and for yourself on the True Love timeline? So comment if you like. Let me know what you felt about this. Oh my God, I asked an Aquarian what they feel. It was Scorpio card. And hang in there. I believe in you. You guys are the heroes of the zodiac to me. So I love you. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. May true love conquer all. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.